Hello, my friends. Let me make sure my camera is working. Yes, I do see the numbers counting. Okay, great. Welcome to Loa Coach Dee. I am Dee, and this is a daily general reading for May 2nd, 2019, or any date beyond that on which you might attract it. And what I was talking about at the beginning is I actually did this whole reading, pulled the cards, and happened to glance down at the screen and noticed that the numbers weren't moving. And I was almost done with this whole reading, but I will say, since I already actually voiced this reading, I already know that it's a really, really good reading, and it should be shorter because as I speak, that's when speaking is how I manifest. So as I speak, that's when I come to my illuminations, my conclusions, my realizations. So now I already know what this reading says right off the bat. All right, so the energy behind this is the Magician, which of course is magnificent, the ultimate manifester. The Magician has all the tools and the inspiration and the aspiration, the balance between the spiritual and the physical worlds. So this is a really great energy to bring to anything, and I would say especially this situation. So in your physical, your physical realm only has one card. Two jumped out for your mental realm, what's on your mind, and actually four jumped out for the message from spirit. Two stayed on the table. I knew I was taking those, and then the two that went on the floor, when I picked them up, I said, okay, they absolutely belong in this reading. So you know what? The lesser important part is what's going on in your physical realm. But basically, you are looking toward the future, but you are unclear regarding what path you should take. You are unsure where you should focus your ambitions and your creativity and your inspiration and your aspiration. You know, you're not sure where to focus it. So in your physical realm, you're just a little basically unsure. That's fine, because you've chosen to focus on what you want to manifest, which is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, this one jumped out on top for your mental realm. Now, so you're focused, instead of on the path you should take, you're focused on the outcome. Now, that is great, because this is a positive energy and you are looking forward to this. That is great. But you also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which indicates maybe an imbalance in your focus between, your work situation and your non-work life. There might be too much focus on this, and there might be too much focus on the outcome, because remember, life is always about the journey, because the journey doesn't end. Yes, we might, focus on something, manifest it, and feel, wow, this is great, I have this now. But then you have to move on to the next thing. You want to move on to the next thing, and you should want to move on to the next thing. Never feel bad about wanting to move on to the next thing. Never think to yourself, oh, I'm never satisfied. I used to think that all the time, but now I know better, and you're supposed to look toward the next thing. So while this is a great place to focus in general, you don't want to place too much emphasis on the abundance, the finance, the outcome, because it is all about the journey. But I understand why you're doing this, because you're not sure which direction you should go in. Now, the message from the universe was great. I really wish I was actually recording the first reading I did, because it was kind of exciting to have the cards show up that were, so relevant to this, with such a good message for you. But I don't know. I had to restart my computer. I don't know what happened, but anyway, the first card that jumped out was the Page of Pentacles. So the universe is telling you, the opportunities are coming, or the opportunity, the right opportunity. If you are in alignment, the universe isn't going to waste your time with the wrong path. So the new opportunity will present itself. The new opportunity will present itself. Just don't get too in your head and overly wrapped up in the focus on it, okay? Don't spend all your energy working and focusing on work, all right? You need a balance. You need a balance. Your thoughts are a little imbalanced at this point. No big deal. I mean, you're still focused in a positive way. This is not a negative reading at all, because also these were the next two cards are the ones that jumped out onto the floor behind after these. The Three of Pentacles, the three, that's the beginning of like the actual beginning of the creation, kind of where the action first starts taking place. So there will be a new plan, and for some of you it will be a collaboration with others. Literally, you will be working with others. But for some of you, it's just a new plan. A new plan will emerge and the action will begin. And then underneath that, come on, the King of Pentacles, the ultimate businessman, sometimes an entrepreneur. So some of you might be starting something on your own, but regardless, it doesn't matter. The King of Pentacles is a very aligned figure who is in total control of his finances. And he, manifests plenty of money for the security of himself and those around him, members of his family. He's basically in charge of his material realm, let's say. The money, the abundance, the home, everything, So this is a fabulous message from the universe. Just don't get too wrapped up in the focus on the career and the money. It will all work out. And if we do focus too much or in too negative a way, sometimes we hold it off. The universe it's so complex, but yet it's so simple. I mean, for us, when we're here in our human form, it is just so simple. We don't have to get involved in the intricacies. We don't really have to even know about them. All we have to know is that we create our own reality with our focus and emotions. Our thoughts, focus, emotions, those create our vibrational output, the vibrations that we emit out into the world. And then we attract back to us the essence of what we emit. So sometimes if you are focused in a negative way, or in a way where you want it to happen but you don't believe it can, all you're doing is holding it off and making and slowing it down. But the thing is, it's always on its way. You just have to allow it in with your positive focus and your positive expectations. You have to expect that everything is going to work out for you, so it does. And sometimes the way it works out, we think that it's not working out and we get disappointed, but then something better comes along, or something different that leads to something better. It does always work out. It's just not always possible to see it in the moment. So, my friends, I think that this is a fabulous reading for those who are looking to manifest a new career or a new financial situation or start a business, whatever your specific desire is. The opportunity will present itself to you. There will be something for you to respond to. And I don't want to get off in the weeds on something totally different, but there is something called human designs. And most of the world is made up of people who are generators, who need something to respond to. So some opportunity will present itself and you will respond to it. And it will be the beginning of the next phase of your journey. And don't forget, the journey is never over. You might reach milestones, you might manifest things, but then you're supposed to move on to the next thing, you know? Never beat yourself up about not being satisfied. I mean, that's how I used to think. Now I know better. But, you know, it's not, you don't want to be dissatisfied. But once you manifest something and it goes your way, now it's time to think about what you want next. I mean, you might manifest this new job, for example, and you might stay in it forever if it is completely satisfying to you and it's what you want to do. That's fine. But then there'll be something else outside of your job which you would like to manifest next. You know, like the journey just keeps going on. We continue our expansion throughout our lifetime, and we're supposed to. So enjoy this reading, please. This is awesome for you. So just keep focusing positive. Whatever you do, just know that it always works out, because this is a fabulous, fabulous reading for you. So, my friends, I hope this wonderful reading applies to you and you find resonance with it. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you would support this channel by liking it, maybe sharing it with someone else. Since it is a general reading, it could apply to many people, you know. And please subscribe. And with that, I will just remind you, keep the expectations high, keep the focus and the thoughts and the emotions positive, and I will see you tomorrow, my friends.